Hi everyone, Dr. Nemechek. I want to go over why these restrictive diets in a child with autism are helpful, like gluten-free, casein-free, GAPS, FODMAP, all that stuff, and why they aren't important once you start the protocol. Okay? So as most of you are probably familiar, so here's the normal layout of the gut bacteria. These families live in the small intestine. These guys live down here. And the fundamental defect you have to actually get autism is a thing called SIBO, which is these normal bacteria in the wrong place. Now you'll have about 100,000 times the bacteria up there, and literally stuff is leaking through the seams into the tissue. And in that tissue, you get a big inflammatory response. That's what these chemicals here indicate. And this is typically from a Clostridial type of bacteria that can make propionic acid, and that will leak out. So they'll make a lot of propionic acid that leaks out in the bloodstream, and this can have an effect on your child that's like a sedative and a hallucinogen. Think of Valium and LSD, okay? And this can cause, it causes all bizarre behavior in the animal models, and we believe this compound or something like it is affecting the children. Now, the diets. These bacteria love carbohydrates. They love sugar and starch. Okay? They thrive on sugar and starch. Excuse me, I have a cold. And that means if they thrive on it, they probably don't do so well without it. Okay? So all these recommended diets, gluten-free, casein-free, sugar-free, GAPS, Feingold, FODMAP, carbohydrate-specific diet, they all reduce carbohydrates, okay? And when you reduce carbohydrates, we have studies in humans that show you'll reduce this overload, okay? And you'll have, say you cut it in half, now you have half as much propionic acid being made. Remember, again, that's like a sedative. And your kid is a little more alert, a little more responsive. And you'll notice if you go off the diet and add more carbohydrates in the diet, these bacteria divide every 5 to 10 minutes. And suddenly you've got more propionic acid being made. Child's not doing so well, and back and forth. Okay? So it's a very real thing when you have overgrowth. Now, whether you're on inulin or you're on rifaximin, what happens is the overgrowth is eliminated, controlled, all right? When you have no overgrowth, you have no leakage, and with no leakage, there's no propionic acid getting in the bloodstream, and the kid's doing a lot better, and that's what you'll see in the awakening. But now you have such few bacteria here, the diet doesn't matter, okay? You give them some extra carbs, it's not going to shift them back like this. It won't do that, okay? It'll stay like this. So, now, I say this to a lot of parents. I'll say, look, they're doing a lot better. You had an awakening. We're getting some improvements. You don't need to invest all the time in that diet anymore, okay? Because you're like this, and there's no benefit to it. Some parents are like, great. Others are like, well, we're a little worried, but want to continue it. It doesn't hurt them to continue it. It's just a lot of time and trouble, okay, for no benefit. So, if you start the protocol, you got kids doing better and starting to recover, that means you've gotten rid of bacterial overgrowth, there's no leaky gut, and you can stop these diets if you like. So, I hope that's helpful to some of you. Otherwise, everybody have a good weekend.